So the first thing to start off with is Bad News Eagles is now joining Guild. Now, I want to say a few things on that. Is the fact that there were a lot of people who complained and said, oh, why didn't you get us an organization earlier? Why didn't you sign earlier? I'm really proud of the boys and my work because I am not a manager. I am a talent. I don't know all the things it takes to manage a team. I had to learn a hell of a lot. I got to thank people that I know in the industry who are managers of teams. There's like Ents, G2, a few others who gave me advice so I could look at and learn from. But I am a talent. I wasn't paid for this job. I didn't get any money from doing this job. I didn't get anything from sticker money. I got zero for all of my work I did for the boys. And that's the way I wanted it. I didn't want to take anything from it. The boys just needed help. But they listened. We took our time. We didn't join an organization that just threw a lot of money at us. So overall, I'm super happy that it's come together and we went to Guild. I was in China when the boys were on boot camp, sadly, so I missed out on that. But obviously it's in London, so it's really easy to get to. But yeah, this is a great sign. This is a really good sign going forward. It's a positive sign. Finally getting just in it. Do you know what? I like the point that we hit it when it came to CS2. So the fact that we hit this huge milestone to move into a new game with a professional organization. And the thing is, the moment I went into the Guild office, I went for a meeting in London with them. I went to see their HQ, and I just knew that was the best team I'd spoke to. It was the best offer we had. So I know the boys are happy. I think they're going to be very well looked after there, that's for sure. But that does kind of officially end me being manager for the team. Because I said, right, they need to organize. I am not a manager. But there will be some news coming out about that later on. To update you all on everything that's been going on. We did go to China for the first time in 4 years. I was actually at the last event in China, the big one anyway, the Star Series one. There's a CAC one as well. This was crazy. China, I have never met so many fans in the world that were like we have fans in different arenas, in different settings that are really cool. But these guys, like, it was as if they'd built up all the not being able to see us for so long, not seeing the teams, not seeing the talent, and it just exploded all in one go. China was a vibe. I know, obviously, I saw like Ropz and some other people tweet that like sometimes it's a bit too much. So obviously, probably for the major, which has obviously been announced now to be the next one in Shanghai, they might need to improve the security. But I was the only English talent on site. I was treated really well. It's very difficult being part of a production that is speaking Chinese and you have no idea what's going on. But Mito, the guy you saw next to me on most of the event, the Chinese host, and like so basically stage host, but doing it in Chinese, also translating everything. That guy was my savior because there was sometimes I'd hear something and I'm like, is that a cue for me? Are they talking to me? Do I know what's going on? It was unique. It was a very unique experience. There's a lot to learn from it, but I had a lot of fun. I really can't wait to be back to China as well. But that's considering they've got the next major. Oh, that's so good. It's so good. Now, admittedly, if we look down the team list, guys, let's just be honest. It's not a great amount of teams in here. Tyloo, Wings Up, Lin Vision, all hailing from China. And not the strongest opponents out there for these teams we're facing off against. Let's start with Tyloo. Tyloo's no longer the best team in China anymore. Like, it's not even close. Lin Vision is the number one by far. And it's actually so good to see that because they built themselves back up. They just need more experience getting international teams if they want to have chances on these bigger events. But I'm a big fan of the Lin Vision guys to come up, man. I think they can be the team that actually show us something. Getting to the major in Shanghai is so important for these guys. So getting this experience now is huge. 500k, by the way, that Perfect World put up for this event is huge considering it's only 8 teams. Ninja in Pajamas, you can kind of ignore their results here. They had that crazy ancient game against Faze, which was the best of one. Let's have a look at the result for you guys. Dude, this was nuts. I never thought this game was going to end. 28-25. Now, this also is when SS Tag's in-game leading, Maxter is standing in, and like, okay, this is a best of one. But that game, what is it with FaZe and Ancient? This was absolutely nuts. We were sat there kind of confused, lost, not understanding when it was going to ever finish. But yeah, this was this was impressive to say the least, I'll say, because I'm looking at the fact that Ninjas were able to test FaZe and you go, oh, okay, but then FaZe bounced back from everything. FaZe are key at bouncing back from absolutely everything. This is what they do best. So looking at Ninjas, 56 is respectable. You didn't lose to any of the Chinese teams, even with a stand-in. Astralis, they performed better than I expected. Getting a top 4, you expect them to do that anyway, but considering all the dramas around them, like the potential of, I think it's, who's going to get cut? Potentially Borop and Stare, if the rumors are true. Obviously, it's just rumors. I expected Astralis even to maybe lose against a Chinese team, but they held their own. They look pretty good. The problem here for Astralis, though, if we go look down here. So Astralis even beat Ents. Ents were playing with a stand-in. We have to add that caveat. Ents were playing with a stand-in, and it was Dihar that couldn't come there. They're also potentially going for changes. So this is such a weird situation we're looking at when it comes to CS2 right now. So many teams are making changes. So many teams are quick to say, I don't want to play with these people anymore. I want to go into a winning team. I think this is going to make us very, very confused for quite a long time. This is going to make a lot of problems for teams and players and orgs. Like, the fact that Nico is staying, by the way, is probably a benefit to the whole G2 movement. Not sure about the JKS benching. Don't like that at all. That's a terrible idea. But at the moment in CS2, we're all up and down. Things are going wild. Ents getting third to fourth, considering they do have a stand, is not bad either. Mouse and FaZe, arguably the two best teams in the world right now, with the limited sample size we have. Them going back to back. And do you know what the problem here for Mouse is? Mouse, look how many times Mouse have played FaZe recently. So they played him in a best of 3 already at the Asia Championships. And admittedly, there was a small chance, I would say, that Mouse would have been able to take a game here to get a win, to go 2-1, rather than be 2-1 each, to be 2-1 going in their favor. But FaZe, they just have this grit. They have this belief in themselves to dominate. Thunderpick as well, FaZe won. Sydney, FaZe won again. So since EPL, FaZe have not lost against Mouse. Yimfat, by the way, is such a solid player. Yimfat, I am praising all day long. I am so hyped about this kid. This Mouse roster, I don't want to see make any changes. Right now, they just need to keep building what they've got. I like what we see here. But yeah, the grand finals, we got into multiple overtimes on Nuke. Mirage, which was FaZe's pick. By the way, FaZe had to play a game before this, yeah? So FaZe had to play a game before. Then they had like maybe 40-minute, 45-minute break, and then went into the grand final. And they still came back, and they still owned. Let's look at the game that FaZe played before that. So FaZe played Ents in a tight game as well, with overtimes on Ancient. Now look at this. This is not an easy game. Not an easy game at all. They lost their pick and Yuga, then one Ancient and one. And then you go and you have to play the grand final. And FaZe just did it in like, it's classic FaZe. 100% FaZe is the best team right now. I said this during the interview. I don't want Twist to go. I don't want Twist to leave. Don't break up this team. I don't know who else might be leaving, but the rumor right now, right, is Twist that could go to Liquid. I don't want to see that happen. No, thank you. No. I know Russell might have other ideas of what he wants to do with his career, but you can't be winning. This is 3 events. 2 on LAN, Sydney, and now CAC, and then 1 online, 2 500k events. Like, come on, man. Twist, please, just stay until it gets a little bit more bad. I don't know if you have to go now. I don't know if the deal is like, you must go into Liquid now. But please, bro. This is... And the one thing I'll say, I tweeted this as well. FaZe have given us many great moments as this team, right? From CSGO and their dominant time to their major win in Antwerp. Then they dropped off, and now they come into CS2. It's like a fucking anime hero arc, where they're like, and now we find the extra motivation again, and we will deliver on a level you've never seen before. It's FaZe. You know, some wildness like that. And then you're going to tell me we're going to have to lose Twist. Please, no. Please, no. Just no. So we don't know what's going to happen. Right now, even FaZe said on the interviews, I tried to get some more out of them. I hit on both Twist and a hit on Carrigan. I said to Carrigan, okay, do you want to keep these 5 players? It was your choice. And he's like, you can't put me on a spot like that. I'm like, damn it, come on, Carrigan, please. But yeah, I like this phase right now. They are owning it. They're enjoying it. We look at Mr. MVP. It is Ropz. Ropz, I think Twist said Ropz is the greatest player on CS2 right now. And I'll give you some input on that because I know a lot of people freaked out about hearing that. Ropz is a big geek in a good way. I mean, in the nicest way possible. He is playing so much CS2. He's figuring out all the little details. He's the one I'm asking. Like, I went and looked at some of his settings and seeing what he was doing. Ropz right now is big brain Ropz Robin cool. That's 100%. This guy understands the game. He's putting out the org and dominating with that as well. He's using the weapons to his advantage. He's changing up the pace of things in the game. Ropz right now, if he can keep this form going, he's going to be looking mighty good. And he's enjoying it. He goes, okay, there's flaws of the game. He's giving feedback, by the way. You just saw his tweet. He's giving feedback to the guys over on Valve. And he's not doing it by just tweeting. He's sending them detailed information out on email. And they're coming back to him and they're giving him feedback. Sometimes he said they're humbling him, he said in the HLTV interview. This is the guy you want right now to represent CSGO. Oh, CS2, sorry. So it's gonna take me a while to get used to that. CS2, Mr. Cool is a MVP and an ownage player and a big brain player. He's still so young as well. How old is Ropz? He's 23. God damn. Wait, let's have a look. So, where's the MVPs? How do I see his MVPs? One major winner. No, I'm not trying to do that. Achievements. There we go. What's his individual achievements? Can I see that? Trophies. MVPs. Here we go. Underpick Yad and CSA or CAC. Sorry. Look at him go. Look at that boy go. Bro, it does feel like he's been here for ages. This is what happens though. These kids like Munassi and stuff as well. They're playing from so young. We're seeing them at 16, 17 years old. And then they feel like they're here forever. So, yeah, that's kind of it. CAC was a great event. China for the major is going to be hype as well. I think everyone can be really happy for that. At the Blast Premier Full Finals. Full Finals is likely going to be another phase win, I'll be honest. Because every one of these teams is in some sort of a mess. Now, I will be there as a stage host and interviewer. I cannot wait to be back in the Royal Arena for CS2 as well. I hope it's sold out. I hope the tickets are doing well, considering it's CS2. I know we're seeing sad times at the moment, and the game is making some little drop downs in like people watching the game and stuff. But this is still the game we love. Now, FaZe, the most stable team, realistically, even though we're about to make a change on the top level. Vitality. Mezzi's just come in. You've also changed your coach. Zonix has gone. Not ideal. Complexity. Still the same players. They're looking good. They had an okay run at Sydney. You can't knock it from them. But then when you look at some of their online tournament results, they're not so hyped. So that's why I'm not saying they're like as stable. Na'Vi, you've lost Simple. You've got Wonderful in. We don't know what the hell's going to happen. I'm hearing good things about Wonderful. But even me as the ultimate Na'Vi fan, I'm not sure what's going to happen with these guys here. Astralis, Bo-Rop and Stare potentially going to go from the team, you know. So, oh, by the way, I will say, you know Mr. Kassler? We used to call him Castle, basically, yeah, or Castle. He come to me on the CAC, and I've been interviewing him for ages, and he's like, it's Kassler. I'm like, bro, why did you not say this before? So, Mr. Kassler, I love you, but you definitely should have spoke up earlier than that. So we say your nickname correctly. Cloud9, first going out here for Boomich. We don't know who's AWPing on this team or how it's exactly working. It's going to be very weird. I need to go back and look at some of their online games they played with Boomich to see who does AWP. This is nuts. This is just going to be so funny. How is Shiro not there? We have this team. Are they waiting for Hobbit to leave and they grab Simple? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Ninja in Pajamas. First time I'm going to see him with Alex as the in-game leader. That means S-Attack's going to have more output. Config and Hedrick, I know they're going to do what they do best. Rez, he's the ever-evolving player. But remember, we don't know if this is going to be the last change for Ninjas in Pajamas yet. So they're also in a weird spot. And Heroic. Heroic with Dupree, Cadian, Tessas, Shush, Zyphon, and Exist. Do you see how easy this potentially is for FaZe? Does anyone see what I'm looking at here? This is so wild. There are so many changes. There is so many confusing moments ahead of us here within the Blast world. because of what we've seen. Like, realistically, FaZe, Astralis, Na'Vi or Vitality have good chances. Everyone else is everyone is wounded in some way. No one is at full strength. It is going to make for some exciting games, but boys, don't expect your only FaZe should be rolling through this. Let's have a look at the groups. Let's have a look, see how this go down. So FaZe get ninjas in the first game. I think FaZe should just roll through all of this. Cloud9 Na'Vi is going to be spectacular. Technically, I feel like Cloud9 have a small advantage in that game. But if Wonderful pops off, and the fact that Cloud9 don't have a dedicated AWPer as such, could be all in. I think the Ninjas will be the team that's eliminated. Remember, 3 teams go through here at Blast. So I think the Ninjas will be eliminated in this group. And I think... I don't even want to say Complexity will be eliminated. I think it could be Heroic to get eliminated. I don't know what Heroic could have been cooking. But you are not the same Heroic we love and know. Heroic or Complexity will be out on this side. And Vitality, we still like, yes, it's only one player change, but Mezzi's coming in there. Where do you think Shiro's going? Maybe Falcons? Potentially. Maybe he comes back now Boomich is there. I don't know. But yeah, this is such a wild event. I can't wait to be a part of it. I'm flying out there in just a few days. And then another event I'm doing straight after. So I'm going straight from Blast to Finland for Elisa Masters with Complexity again playing another event. They're more insane than I am. Fury is going to be a nice one to see there. Apex, I'm sorry, I'm still not really, so I don't know what to think of these guys anymore. It just feels like they've lost their good players, and they're not that exciting to watch. I'd like to see Nork maybe go to a Fnatic if it's built into a full Swedish roster. Look at this, Fnatic are here, and we don't even know what they're playing with. It's fucking crazy. Harbu, obviously always good to have one of the Finnish representatives in here. They are the dominant team from Finland. Game Legion, not too bad at the moment, to be fair. Snacks is actually impressing me, so I'm not throwing any shade on this. For me, this is a Maus should go all the way and win and end their year quite nicely. There's a good bit of prize money behind this event. The fans and the crowd and everything here for Finland was awesome last time. This time I'll be stage hosting, interviewer as well. I'm excited, man. There's a good few events to end the year with. Then I get to come home for a few days and stream. Hopefully, before then we have Blast World Finals as well. That is our GGBet news, though. Always thank you very much for GGBet for supporting and looking after me. GGBet has been a fantastic partner across the whole year. And guys, you know what to do. Type exclamation mark GGBet. Get yourself onto the website. Get yourself an extra huge bonus deposit if you're betting on any of the matches. Make sure you're over 21 and you do bet responsibly and you don't bet anything you cannot afford. But yes, I'll be repping GGBet for a long time now. It's been some good times.